Assalamualaikum. Our group will present about Labuan Offshore Financial Securities. Our presenter is Muhammad Adli bin Rosdi, Muhammad Ikram Hakim bin Zulkifli, Muhammad Afiq bin Muhammad Suhaimi, and Muhammad Aslam Muhammad Rofi. We go to introduction. In Malaysia, Labuan was declared as an international offshore financial centre in October 1990. The primary objective is to assist whereas complement the domestic financial system in Malaysia. It is also accelerating the development in Labuan and surrounding area of Sabah and Sarawak economy. Labuan provide various type of offshore financial product and service. Labuan Offshore Financial Service Authority established on 15 February 1996. LOFSA is responsible for developing national objective, policy and setting priority, developing and promoting offshore business in Labuan, administrating and enforcing legislation. Lastly is incorporating and registering company. Next is the function of LOFSA is to administer, enforce, carry out and give effect to the provision of Labuan IBFC law, to exercise, discharge and perform such power, duty and function in accordance with the law, to maintain the good reputation of Labuan IBFC as an international business and financial center, to carry out research and commission study on financial service in Labuan IBFC, to make recommendation for the creation and improvement of facility to enhance the attraction of Labuan IBFC as a center for financial services, to collaborate with Labuan Financial Institution and Industry Association in advancing the development and growth of business and financial service in Labuan IBFC, to advise and make recommendation to the government on matter relating to financial service in Labuan IBFC, and lastly is to carry out all such activity and undertaken measure to enable appropriate administration of Labuan Authority or for other purpose as mandated by the minister. Next, we move to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aslam bin Muhammad. So today I am going to present the objective. The first is to promote and develop Labuan as an international center for business and financial services. As we all know, Labuan is also as the federal territory of Labuan is the second federal territory of Malaysia. It covers the entire island of Labuan, which has an area of 91.64 kilometers. Labuan Island is located about 10 kilometers on the coast of Sabah. Labuan Island was declared an offshore financial center in 1990 and a duty-free port in 1956. Labuan has a deep and large harbour, which is the origin of the port's name Labuhan. The city centre of the federal territory of Labuan is Victoria Town. Labuan used to be an area that was marginalised by the current of development. After being declared a federal territory on February 1, 1984, the Malay settlement areas of Karayan and Brunei became one of the main destinations for foreign investors to do business, especially after Labuan was recognized as an international offshore financial center in October 1990. This is the factor that is the main reason for Labuan to be a center for international business and financial services. The second is to develop national objectives, policy and priorities for the orderly development and administration of international business and financial services in Labuan. We all are aware that An organized and effective management system is what makes a place successful. This is so that good administration may ensure allocations or nation's progress. Therefore, the parties in Labuan have placed a strong emphasis on orderly administration to make sure that international business management can prosper and become well known across the world. As a result, effective management is crucial to a nation's development. The last but not least is to act as the central regulatory, supervisory and enforcement authority of the international business and financial services industry in Labuan. Labuan FSA listen and regulate its entities operating within Labuan IBFC and to ensure all such entities remain in compliance with the Labuan laws and regulations and adhere to the international standards which are adopted by the jurisdiction. Labuan FSA develops regulatory policies to ensure orderly conduct of business and financial services in Labuan IBFC. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
So I will continue about the role of LOFSA in relation development of Labuan as an IOFE. So the first one is low tech structure. So activities undertaken by the Labuan IOFE are categorized as either offshore trading, includes trading, banking, management, insurance, and licensing, or offshore non-trading activities relate to the holding of investment in stock, shares, securities, deposit, loan, and immovable properties by an offshore entity of its own valuation. So, preferential tax treatment is extended to offshore banking operation, trust and fund management, uh, offshore insurance and such related business, and offshore investment holding companies. So, second one is minimum rule and regulation. So, as we know, new businesses widen the scope of offshore business in the IOFE. So in this, existing rules and regulations should be reviewed to remove impediments to the progress and development of offshore business. So legislation should be reviewed to facilitate new businesses and concurrently allow offshore service provider to maximize their capabilities and expertise to expand their businesses. Area of consideration include incorporation or registration, liability to domestic role and tax and insurance. So the third one is high degree of secrecy. So Labuan IBFE offers maximum confi- confidentiality on company information. Thus, Labuan IBFE is more vulnerable to money laundering and financial terrorism than the rest of Malaysian financial sector due to the relatively less custom inspection of port of entry and free trade zone. However, the Labuan Offshore Financial Service Authority or LOFSA have improved the regulation of offshore banking sector over the past few years. So, offshore bank, insurance companies and trust company must file suspicious transaction report under the anti-money laundering law to avoid any missing or unforeseen activities being neglected by offshore sector governors. And the last one is we can see here excellent infrastructure and communication. So the first one is excellent office and light industrial premise. So Labuan has professional support for development of offshore business via the many diverse consultancy practice and accounting firm. compared to the other regional financial center, Labuan is relatively affordable in terms of physical facilities and professional fees. Uh, for the second one is excellent telecommunication. So Labuan have electronic infrastructure and a conducive business environment for global e-commerce operator. For instance, the e-commerce gateway (ECG) project provides access to the information on product and service, including real-time pricing available in the IOFE. So it facilitating communication between offshore players and their clients, as well as improve processing speed by decreasing the flow of physical documents such as statutory document submission and statistical information. So I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Uh, for the conclusion, the Labuan Offshore Financial Service Authority (LOFSA) is the regulatory body responsible for overseeing and regulating the Labuan International Business and Financial Centre (Labuan IBFC) in Malaysia. Labuan IBFC is a well-established offshore financial centre that provides a wide range of financial services to international clients. LOFSA primary objective is to maintain the integrity, stability and reputation of the Labuan IBFC. It achieves this by implementing and enforcing robust regulatory framework that govern the operation of Labuan entities, including banks, insurance companies, trust companies, and other financial institutions. LOFSA regulatory oversight covers various areas including licensing, supervision, compliance, and enforcement. Next is this is our reference. I think that's all from us. Thank you.